Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So if you don't know, the finals is out. The finals had a surprise release at the Game Awards about 20 minutes ago now at the time of recording, and I have in front of me the patch notes. I'm currently installing the game on Steam. It's like 44% of the way through, so I can't actually play it yet, but I'm going to read through the patch notes because I did play both of the betas, and we're going to see what's new here. So, welcome to Season 1. After years of development, multiple community alpha and beta tests, and many months of soon, that's a reference to them saying soon TM in the Discord, we are so excited to launch the finals. We could not have done it without all the time, energy, feedback, and love heaped onto us by our community of players. As we welcome you to live service, you will see below that we have been very, very busy. But we're not done. Live service games take continuous work, a lot of listening, iteration, patching, fixing, and balancing. Rest assured, we're up for the challenge and ready to support this game and its players, that includes us, through thick and thin. Thank you for being on this journey with us, it means the world. Suit up, contestants, cameras are rolling, the arena is open. So just a nice little message there. So, new content updates, new ways to express yourself in the arena, such as reload and inspect animations. That one sounds interesting to me. I don't really know how this is going to work, because all of the weapons had reload and inspect animations before, but maybe now, you know, you've got a couple you can choose between, or maybe there's, like, new ones. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to see how that works in-game. There are new emoticons, there's new gestures, there are pets! I don't know what that is, but that sounds good to me. So, I'm gonna have to be in game. It's killing me that I can't be in game for this. But apparently there are pets in it as well. New sounds, yeah, okay. There are watches. I assuming that's just, you know, a customization option. So in the finals, if you've never played it before, there's a bunch of customization options like glasses, face, mask, top, gloves, bottom, and I'm guessing this is just, you know, another customization option, which is nice. And then there's more, yes, more, so that's in there as well. The store is open and you'll have access to an ever-changing selection of content to make your contestants pop in the arena. The Season 1 Battle Pass contains 12 pages of unlockable rewards. That amounts to 96 exclusive rewards, 29 rewards can be earned for free. Unlock the whole Battle Pass to receive a total of 1575 multi-bucks. So, a couple things here. It has a Battle Pass, you know, it's a free-to-play game, it has to make money somehow, and that's probably how it's going to do it. And then also, you know that the currency is called multi-bucks, so there you go. Play and progress, master your loadout with 6 mastery levels per weapon, 6 mastery levels per gadget, 5 levels per ability. So, before in the betas, when you used a weapon, you would upgrade its mastery. And when you upgraded its mastery, you would get newer skins with it. So I'm going to assume that's how this is going to work as well. But we didn't have it for all the abilities, so I'm not so sure how this one is going to work. But now apparently we have it with abilities as well. We did have it for some abilities, but not for all of them. And now I think we're going to have it for all of them. So I'm going to have to see how that works as well. New features, new map, Las Vegas. If you didn't see the launch trailer for it, you can go ahead and watch that. But I kind of knew this was there already because it was in the launch trailer. But we've got a new map, so that's always nice. Test your luck and reach out for the stars in the glitz, glam, and tight-knit gameplay of this glittering arena. I'm excited to try out that. The maps are all good. I really like all of the maps, and I'm excited to try out Las Vegas and see what it looks like as well. New map variants. This is good. Don't get lost in stinging sounds. Seek shelter and glory in this Las Vegas map variant, Sandstorm. Tripwires and turrets, the environment can work for or against you. Traverse Vegas, but watch your step. Around every corner could be a trap. And then new event, Alien Invasion. You'll have to see this one to believe it. It's out of this world. So, in the trailer, there was also a green alien man. I don't know if that's just a skin or if this is part of this event. I'm gonna have to see when I get in-game as well. But yeah, this is good. New map variants and new events for the games are always good. If you don't know what a variant is, it's like the moving platforms that are sometimes around the map. That's a variant. And an event is like the meteor showers or the dead go boom. So there was 2 examples there, and now we've just got some new ones, which is nice. Gameplay changes and balance. Here we go. Movement and animation. Movement made multiple updates to vaulting responsiveness and general smoothness when traversing. That's fantastic. That's very, very good. Updated various first-person animations to better sync with footsteps. Okay, I guess that's going to make the audio sound better, I would say. Improvements to syncing and stability when players are on moving surfaces such as elevators, skylifts, cranes, and moving platforms. That's nice. Sometimes when you're on a moving platform especially, it could be a little bit awkward, so hopefully that's going to be a bit smoother now. improved speed matching, and added in-air animations when coining other contestants. So there you go. General polish updates to third-person locomotion. Combat animations. Stabilize the camera for aim down sight reloads and bolt actions for easier tracking of targets. That is fantastic. I didn't make a video on this, but the way the aiming works in the finals is all of the bullets go towards the center of the screen. So sometimes when you were jumping, your gun would be a bit angled and maybe like a bit down and left, but the bullets would still be going towards the center of the screen. So the iron sights wouldn't be properly aligned with where the bullets are actually going, and this seems like it might have fixed that a little bit, which is very, very good. Updated jumping and zipline animations when aiming down sights. Added third-person reaction animations for flashbangs, gas, and fire. So I assume when it says in third person, it means that, you know, if a teammate has been flashbanged or something, you're going to be able to see that they've been flashbanged. You know, it's a first-person game. It's not like you can suddenly put it in third person now. I think you're just going to be able to easily tell if someone else has an effect or something on them. Controller. So I play on mouse and keyboard, but I'm going to read through these anyway. General. Added sensitivity scaling based on zoom FOV, so that's probably good for all of you. Aim assistance. Added better support and various improvements for sensitivity dampening on targets. Updated default aim down sight sensitivity reduction. Reduced zoom snapping active duration. Controller vibration setting added, so now you can have vibration on if you want it to. Controller settings added setting to allow players to further customize their controller experience, which is good. You know, the more customization, the better. Added separate dead zones for the different analog sticks. That's quite nice, actually. That's a nice little feature there as well. Maps all. Finally, the Wrecking Ball is back. Check the cranes. So yeah, the Wrecking Balls were gone for a while, actually. Definitely the last beta, the Wrecking Balls weren't on the cranes, and now apparently they're back, so that's nice. Monaco, improved readability of map border. That's very, very nice. On Monaco especially, sometimes it would look like you could jump down at certain points on the edge of the map, and you couldn't, and they fixed that. So I'm actually quite interested to see how they've done that, but that's a very, very nice little quality of life fix there. Skyway Stadium added evening environment condition. Okay, I guess that wasn't in there before, but it's in there now. Specializations, here we go. If you don't know what these are, they're basically the abilities that each class has access to. Charge and Slam, updated damage of the ground slam so that it will break floors in buildings more consistently. That's very, very nice. I played a lot of the heavy during the last beta, and sometimes the ground slam just didn't break the floors, so this, I guess, was not intended, and now it's been fixed, so that's nice. Cloaking device, rebalance fade in out durations to make it harder to vanish mid-combat. That's fair enough. I'll have to see how that works in-game to make more of a judgment on it, but curious to see how that works. Added fade in out visual effect, so I guess that's just going to make it easier for someone to spot you when you're going in or out of invisibility. Again, I'll probably have to be in-game to see it. Grapple hook, fixed a bug where players could become stuck when grappling during a vault. I didn't know that was a thing, but it's been fixed now. Recon sensors, reduce the total fuel, shortening the max duration, and fixed an issue where recon sensors would trigger on enemy statues. I didn't really use much of recon sensors just because I don't think it was fantastic, but both of those have been adjusted now, so there you go. Weapons, here we go. General, updated bullet dispersion system on all weapons when aiming down sights. Okay, so I guess all of the recoil patterns are going to be different. Maybe. That's what I'm going to assume from this. I'm going to have to see about that. That's interesting. Fix various issues where weapons could fire infinitely or not at all. This was definitely a bug with the flamethrower. It definitely made the audio sound of the flamethrower like constantly firing, so I might have run into that as well, so that's been fixed. Fix an issue where gadgets could become stuck in an infinite cooldown. I never ran into that, but that's been fixed now. Added a new hit marker to crosshairs for damage over time effects. That's nice. So I guess, you know, if someone's on fire or something, now you're going to get hit markers for that. That's what I would assume. AKM. Updated recoil pattern, making it slightly less easy to control. So the AKM now has a harder recoil pattern, apparently. That's fair enough. The AKM was like a very, very, very solid pick, and I'm assuming the FCAR is going to be easier. Yeah, it is. So FCAR, updated recoil pattern, making it slightly easier to control. This is good because the AKM was so much better than the FCAR. There really was just not much point using the FCAR. And I'm going to have to see it in-game, but it sounds like both of these might be a bit more able to compete with each other now. Or rather, it sounds like the FCAR might be able to compete with the AKM now. Flamethrower, fixed a bug where the flamethrower could be fired without consuming ammo. Max range reduced by 60 centimeters. That's interesting. Okay, I don't know if I'll really notice that, but I'll have to see how that works. That's kind of interesting. Fire rate reduced to 160 RPM from 180 RPM. That's a very, very small nerf. These are both very, very small nerfs right here. Adjusted flamethrower impact effects to make them less blinding for the target player. Reduced damage to 28 from 31. Okay, so the flamethrower has got a lot of nerfs here. So during the betas, a lot of people, during the last beta particularly, a lot of people were saying the flamethrower was very, very overpowered. I don't think it was. I think it was like a very decent weapon, but I think that players just didn't really know how to play against it. I don't think it was that strong. The shotgun was by far so much better for the heavy, and now it's got nerfed, so I'm not sure how to feel about that. I really don't know if it needed a nerf, but hey, it's happened now, and it's done. So we're gonna have to see if that's even usable now. I reckon it might have been just nerfed a bit too much here, but, you know, we'll see. Lewis gun, updated recoil pattern, making it slightly easier to control. Yeah, I think the Lewis gun was quite difficult to control, much like the FCAR here, so that's nice. LH1, increased bullet dispersion when firing from the hip, so I guess hip fire is just a bit less inaccurate. Updated recoil pattern, making the weapon easier to control. Okay, that's interesting. Fire rate reduced to 300 RPM from 400 APM. That is a big reduction right there. Okay. Increased LH1 damage from 41 to 45. Okay, so they nerfed the fire rate, but they buffed the damage. Okay, we're gonna have to see how that works. Interesting. M60, updated recoil pattern, making it slightly less easy to control. So the Lewis gun is easier to control, and the M60 is harder to control. And those are both LMGs for the light class, so, you know, we're gonna have to see which one's better. We're gonna have to size those up as well. Riot Shield. Fixed an issue where the Riot Shield could block bullets while the player was emoting. Okay. Throwing knives. Introduce throwing knives to the light archetype. Okay, cool. That sounds interesting. I wonder if they're going to be a one-shot with a super low velocity or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get into the game and see. I can't wait for the game to be out, for the game to be installed on my PC. But there you go. We've got throwing knives now, so they might be fun. V9S. I think this is supposed to be V95. Is that a 5? Am I just blind? Maybe that's a 5, but the V95 is a weapon anyway. V95, magazine size reduced to 20 from 24. That is great. The V95 was by far one of the most overpowered weapons in the game, and they've nerfed the magazine size from 24 to 20. I don't know if that's enough, but I should probably finish reading what these say first. Updated recoil pattern, making the weapon less easy to control. Increased damage fall off to make the weapon less effective at long range. Okay, so this is a pretty sizable nerf here, and that's probably good because the weapon was very, very strong. I would think that it's probably still going to be viable, but maybe not. But I think the flamethrower got a much harsher nerf there, even though it was nowhere near as good as the V95. Right, onto the gadgets, the last section. General, fix an issue where gadgets could become stuck in an infinite cooldown. Okay, C4, increased health from 5 to 25. So I assume, you know, if you're trying to blow up the C4 by shooting it, you've just got to shoot it a bit more. Defibrillators, added ability for defibrillators to damage enemy players. They will do 50 damage and will enter cooldown if they land a successful hit. That's by far the most random patch note I think I've ever seen for a game. That's so random. But there you go, that's in the game now. It would be hilarious, to be fair, to kill someone with a defibrillator. That would be so funny. That's quite surprising. I was expecting defibrillators to maybe get nerfed a bit, maybe have a longer cooldown, because they are quite strong. But there you go. Gas mine, added trigger audio effect, so I guess, you know, when it triggers it makes a sound. Glitch grenade, fuse time increased from 1.1 seconds to 1.8 seconds, giving it more range. Alright, well that is there. Night vision, removed night vision from the game to be reworked in a future update. Yeah, no one used night vision. Night vision was very, very weak. It just wasn't that used because even on the darker maps, you could still see perfectly fine without having night vision on. So it really wasn't doing a whole lot, and I think it makes sense that they've removed it. Sonar grenade, radius reduced from 17.5 meters to 10 meters. That's a massive nerf. Updated the crosshair hit marker that appears when the sonar grenade detects targets. Fair enough. This is a big nerf. 17.5 meters to 10 meters, that's huge, but also the sonar grenades were quite overpowered as well, so I'm gonna have to see, you know, how balanced they are right now, but that's probably good. I think they were a bit too strong. Stun gun, ooh, here we go. Remove sensitivity reduction from stun players. Hey! Let's go! That was a massive problem during the beta. Added a glitch effect to stun players, rendering their specialization and gadgets unusable for a short time. Okay. So that's very, Very good. That's like the best patch note here so far, because that's literally what the entire community was saying. That's very good. So before, when you got stunned by a stun gun, your movement sensitivity was greatly reduced. So if like a light shot you from behind and you tried to turn towards them, the sensitivity wasn't going to be what you're used to, so you're going to turn really, really slowly, and they're probably going to be able to kill you. So that's been removed now. Now when you get stunned, I assume you're just going to turn normally, and you're going to be able to fight back, but you're just not going to be able to use your specializations or gadgets. So that's a very, very good change. Tactical Breach increased health from 5 to 25, same as the C4. Vanishing Bomb. Introduce Vanishing Bomb gadget to the light archetype. Okay, so maybe that makes them invisible, and it kind of works similar to their cloaking device. I'm not so sure. Gonna have to play around with that as well. Zipline added line break effect to ziplines. Line break effect. So maybe that's when the zipline breaks, it has like an animation for it, or maybe when you detach off of a zipline, it has an animation for it. I'm not really so sure what that means, but we're going to have to see. So there you go. There are all of the patch notes. The only thing I wouldn't have done here is the flamethrower. Here it is. I think that's a bit of a hefty nerf. I don't know how usable it's going to be now, but everything else I think is good. And, you know, the next video is probably going to be the recoil patterns of each guns. I'm going to have to see how they have changed. And if they've changed a lot, then I'll just make a video on it. And I have an old video on it, but that's probably not going to be relevant anymore. So I'll probably just make a new video on that. That will probably be my video tomorrow on it. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.